Hi all, this is Nirmal from Mindfire Solutions India. So in this demonstration I'm going to demonstrate the templates of Visual Studio that are being used for Windows Store application in WinJS. So in this demonstration we'll see different kind of templates and the special utilities of using them. Being as a developer, we usually need to think of which template is the quicker one to solve my purpose. Although those templates have the common reference libraries and all, but in certain scenario, by choosing a correct template makes the developer life more easier. Okay, so in order to demonstrate the same, I'm going to open the Visual Studio here. I'm going to open Visual Studio 2012. I'm going to start a new project. So here I have blank app, grid app template, split app template, fixed layout template, and navigation template. These are the default template being supplied by Microsoft. Since my machine I have Terlic installed, so I can see another kind of templates. Anyway, this is not the scope of the demonstration. We will see all these templates here. So blank app template is a kind of template which is purely initial template, usually being used by the people who want to start with Windows Store app, because this gives them a very flexible, not flexible, it gives them a very basic stuff on which they can code something. Let's say I'm just trying to do it on blank app. Let it be blank app, and I'm going to hit OK. Visual Studio has created the blank app for me, and if we navigate to the project structure, we can see the project structure here is having a reference only, and these references are for WinJS libraries. The JS libraries are here. The basic CSS are there here, like dark and light themes are there, and and basic page being supplied, which is called default HTML, and default HTML being supported by default CSS, and a default JS file, and couple of basic images. Along with that, there is a package manifest. Package manifest is one of the basic file that usually needs to be there in the solution explorer. Actually, in the solution, this is the minimum requirement. It contains the whole configuration of your app. So it contains all the display name. Here you have start page, default language, descriptions, and all supported orientations, all the visual effects, the capabilities. We can define what capabilities my app should be app is going to access from the client's machine, and here we can declare the stuffs like this is a kind of contract and extend navigation, on which I can define the contracts and extends being here when my app gets invoked, and content URI and packaging. All the steps are there being in the package manifest. Okay, so if I'm going to run it, it has nothing, no more code being embedded. So just the HTML file has a line of code which says content goes here. If I hit run, then I can only see a blank, okay, only a black screen with content goes here. So this is how the blank app template works. It's a purely blank, very minimal things to be referred. So although these are the basic things, so the support with the very minimal steps. Here we have, they're using dark CSS. So in the solution explorer we have two themes being supplied from the earlier version, from the initial version we have seen the same. Here in CSS we can see dark and light, two kind of themes. So here Microsoft has given us dark by default. We can change this to light, and this base.js, UI.js are the part of the WinJS files, and we can use those JS files during our code structure. And in JS we have used this WinJS application. WinJS application is one of the base object on which we are going to deal. So in order to avoid this huge line repeating everywhere, we have Microsoft has given us a variable dot app variable, and in which this has been declared. Although this variable we can name it as per our convenience, and the activation, the application model dot activation has the same way, and these are the events on which the app get invoked. This is on activated, it gets invoked when the app get the focus when app get activated, and on checkpoint are usually used to save the states and all. We can have on app ready, there are a lot of events being associated with the app, and we have app start here. On execution of this command, app gets started. This is how the blank app template works, with a very minimal set of steps being embedded with the same. Let's see with maybe we can check in the same. We can add a new project here again, and the grid app. So as the grid app, you can see the name suggests it has a grid like layout. You can see here in the screen, it has a grid like layout. It groups the data in a grid. They scroll from left to right and right to left in a horizontal manner. We can drill down with any group towards details. So in order to see the same, we can say group app, and now we got the template coding detail. Unlike the blank app, group app has some extra pages for us, but excluding this extra pages, all the rest of the stuff are very much similar, same as we have noticed in the blank app. So here in these extra pages, we have pages here. So we have three additional pages here. One is item details, grouped items, and group detail. Let's run this one to see the effect. Okay, as I have said, so this is one of the group app, and group app has this data grouped. So we can see here, this is group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4, 5, and hopefully yes, they are extended till 6. So here Microsoft has supplied some grouping. On click of any group, we can drill down to the detailed information here. Okay, and unlike the blank app template, this group app has a navigation framework being embedded with the same. So on inclusion of the navigation framework, we can see this back button by default. So this takes to the back screen, the recent past screen that we have there. So here we can see all the code being embedded. In fact, we can open the pages there as well. Here are the pages. Each page has a HTML, CSS, and JS file. So if we are designing apps like magazine apps, some news apps kind of stuff, this kind of template helps the user, helps the developer in a bit manner, because it has some embedded code inside it. Okay, so I'm moving to the next project template, which is split app. As the screen says, it splits the page in two groups. Let me demonstrate the same. Split app. Okay, here we can see the same structure as we have seen before, and the navigation, the navigator JS, the navigation framework is also been embedded here. Let's run to see the effect, since the other rest of the coding are almost very much similar. So here we cannot scroll them horizontally to see the different groups. Here they have initially they have started with a single grouping mechanism. Here we can see this is a single screen with different groups, a group of tiles. On click of individual group, I can see the app can split the screen in two halves. This is one half and this is the other half. This is a kind of list view. On click of each item, the content at the right side are getting changed. Once I click the left item, the right side content is getting changed. The left item is a kind of list view. Since the navigation framework is being embedded, we have the back button here. We can go back. Okay, and moving to the other frameworks. Stop it. I'm moving to the other templates we have here. New project. Now fixed layout. So fixed layout is a kind of template where we have single screen. They I mean get scaled as per the screen resolution. So basically these are very much helpful in terms of designing games and all. So they appears in the similar fashion as the blank app appears with only a blank screen and all. So let's go into that fixed app. Okay, here we go. In the fixed app, I'm going to run it. So as I said, this is a fixed app. There is no scrolling and all the steps we need to write here. So if we explore the project structure a bit, we can see here in references the same base CSS and JS are being embedded there. There is no navigation framework already been implemented, so these steps need to be implemented here. These are very much similar with the blank template app, but these are fixed apps. And fixed app, here we they get adjusted as per the screen resolution, and they get their own scale ratios as per the screen resolution. Basically programmers use the same to design the games kind of stuff where you have a fixed screen. Okay, so moving to the other project, and the last one is a navigation app. So navigation app is itself a better implementation of navigations. Currently Microsoft has provided a single page here. So here the default screen works as a parent page initially. So if we run the application, we can see the navigation framework being implemented here. The navigator.js is being implemented here, and we have the pages being rendered on the HTML. We can add navigation template. We can add navigation codes here by adding different pages to the particular folder and treating as the HTML as a cell. So this is how the project templates are usually helping us. So in summary, we usually use this blank apps if we want to code something from the very scratch. And split and grid apps are usually being used for informative designs, such as medical designs, such as news, magazine apps kind of. And navigational architecture, this navigation template can be used any kind of navigational application where we have a single home page being treated as a parent. And these fixed layouts are usually widely used for gaming purpose, where we have a fixed screen and which needs to be adjusted basing upon the screen resolutions and all. Yeah, I think this is what on the project templates. I hope you enjoyed this. Please share your feedback. Thanks a lot.